An impressive clientele. University professors and psychiatrists sat at Muktananda's feet in admiration and wonder, and more than one had his Kundalini allegedly awakened by this incredibly evil man. For example, consider the Shaktipat experience of Professor Michael Ray of the Stanford Graduate School of Business, who was introduced to the Siddha Yoga of Swami Muktananda through his psychotherapist, and came to a new view of human potential and its application to the business world. At that time, the Swami was the guru to many business leaders and Hollywood stars. Ray's life was transformed when an assistant to Muktananda ran a peacock feather across the third eye in the center of his forehead. Ray relates, quote, "I saw a bolt of lightning, like a pyramid of light. I began literally bouncing off the floor and trembling. I cried. I felt tremendous energy, love, and joy. What I had experienced, I later learned, had been Shaktipat, or spiritual awakening of Kundalini energy inside me." End of quote. Psychiatrist Gerald Jampolsky is famous for his use of A Course in Miracles in his psychiatric practice and in his books and lectures around the world. The Course was dictated by an entity that claimed to be Jesus, but could not possibly have been. Jampolsky believes he was prepared for the message of the Course through Shaktipat administered by Muktananda with the mere touch. Quote, "It seemed as though I had stepped out of my body and was looking down upon it. I saw colors whose depth and brilliance were beyond anything I had ever imagined. I began to talk in tongues. A beautiful beam of light came into the room, and I was filled with an awareness of love unlike anything I had known before. When I started reading the Course, I heard a voice within saying, 'Physician, heal thyself. This is your way home.' And there was a complete feeling of oneness with God and the universe." End quote. A love unlike anything I had known before? Unquestionably, there was a power of some kind in Muktananda that convinced multitudes. One remembers the awakening from this delusion by a former follower. Troubled that he had been so deceived, he asked himself in bewilderment how Muktananda could be both a saint and a devil at the same time. We can prove by irrefutable evidence from archaeology, history, and hundreds of prophecies fulfilled that the Bible is 100% true in all that it tells us about God and the way of salvation through Jesus Christ. Jampolsky's experience of oneness with God through the magic touch of an undeniably wicked guru was the very antithesis of what the Bible teaches of God and reconciliation of sinners to himself through the sacrifice of Christ on the cross. I well remember interviewing a former drug user who was on his way to becoming an accomplished yogi. Close to reaching enlightenment, while high on yoga, he was confronted by the universe with which he desired oneness. It appeared to him as the most beautiful woman he could ever have imagined, offering sexual union as the ultimate good. At that moment, an indescribable terror came over him. He cried out to Jesus Christ, who rescued him from drugs, yoga, and the accompanying delusions.